Hello, I'm Katerina, and welcome to my cooking channel. I've wanted to do this for a very long time, for my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and my dear friends. Because to me, cooking is more than just making food. It's an act of love and making memories. This is my legacy. So I hope you enjoy the videos and start making memories with your family. Thank you.
Welcome to Cooking with Katerina. Today I have a special request from my sister Maria. She's always wanted my sloppy joe recipe, so that's what we're going to make today. You're going to need 3 pounds of ground chuck, 80/20. And what you're going to do is brown it up and drain it. Even though it's 80/20, it still has some fat. So you want to make sure that all the fat is out of there. Then you're going to need about a half a cup of diced onion. So what I do is either a small onion, cut it in half and then dice the one half. Usually comes to about a half a cup. You're going to need a teaspoon and a half of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, a half a teaspoon of granulated garlic, and 1.5 teaspoons of ground cumin. You'll need a half a cup of brown sugar. Now, if you want to substitute the brown sugar for honey, you can either use 1/2 cup of honey or 2/3 cup of honey, depending on how sweet you like it. I've done that for my daughter. Then you'll need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and 2 cans, 6-ounce cans of tomato paste. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the onion so we can kind of saute it in with the meat. One more thing I forgot to tell you, you also are going to need 2 cups of water that you're going to add once you've put everything into the ground beef. So we're just stirring this up, and we're going to add our onion, and we're going to cook that up for a little bit just to make sure that it's mixing in with all of the ground beef. All right, after mixing the onion in for about 2 to 3 minutes, now you're going to start adding your seasoning. So we're going to put our 1.5 teaspoon of salt, our half a teaspoon of pepper, our cumin, and our garlic powder. And you're going to mix that up. And now you're going to add your 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, or however you say it, your 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and your 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Okay, and mix that up. Next, you're going to put in your 2 6-ounce cans of tomato paste. And you want to mix that up in the ground beef. Now at this point, you can add your brown sugar. Mix that up a little bit more here. And see, now you can see why you need that 2 cups of water, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get this to cook and all the flavors to meld together if you don't have a little bit of water in there. So we'll add that last. Now we'll add our 1/2 cup of brown sugar and stir that in. And then we'll add our 2 cups of water. So now you can see it looks like there's a little too much water in there, but there isn't, because you want this to cook down and give it the sweet and salty flavors of a sloppy joe. So now that we have this all put together, leave it on the stove on medium heat for approximately a 1/2 hour. Now, after about 10 or 15 minutes, what you might want to do is take a spoon and give it a little taste to make sure it's as sweet as you like it. And if you wanted a little more brown sugar, you could add it at that time. But you want it to be able to have all the flavors melt together before you taste it and see if you need anything more. Now, we'll let it cook for 1/2 hour. I'll taste it after about 10 or 15 minutes and on medium heat. And we'll see you then. Okay, it's been cooking for 10 minutes and I'm going to do my taste test. Delicious, and the smell is amazing. Now, continue to cook it for the 30 minutes, stirring it occasionally. And we'll see what it looks like when we come back. Now this is the finished product, and as you can see, it has sucked up all the water that we put in it. Okay, as you can see, I've placed it on the bun and we are ready to enjoy. Now, if you think this is too much for one meal, say there's only 2 of you, what you can do, and I love this because you've made it once. Now, I would dish it out in containers and put it in the freezer. So on those days that are really hectic, you can just pull it out and you still have a homemade meal for your family. So now we will get to enjoy this. Delicious. Your family will love it. If you enjoyed this recipe and tried it and liked it, please share it with your friends. Thank you.